Hi, it's Alaska Granny. It's a gloomy day here in Alaska, so it's a great day to plug in the crock pot and make something out of the prepper pantry. We know we like to have a stockpile of food so that we have the things we need to make meals for our family, but our pantry should be a working pantry and you need to work your way through, use those foods, rotate and replace them. So today I'm going to make a simple turkey with stuffing in the crock pot. And it comes from foods right out of the prepper pantry. Most of us have meat stored in our prepper stockpile, and I have some cans of turkey. Maybe you have cans of turkey or chicken, or you've home canned it, or even have some fresh or out of your refrigerator or your freezer. But I'm using this to rotate it out of my prepper pantry. So what do you need to make this turkey or chicken and stuffing? You need a can of turkey or chicken, a package of stuffing mix. I also keep stuffing mix in my prepper pantry. When I buy it in a box like this, I take it out of the box and I put it into a clean canning jar. And the whole contents, the bag will fit in there, and then I snip off the directions and the contents and I put it just inside the jar. This is a great way to have it last for several years. So to make this turkey and dressing, I'm going to use the dressing that I've had in the stockpile. Then I'm going to replace it with the new one. Will go into the jar and back into the pantry. You need a few extra ingredients to jazz it up. I'm going to use 1 1/4 cup of water. That's a little less than the box says, simply because there is some broth in the canned meat. Then I've already added the butter into the water, and I'm going to go ahead and just zap it in the microwave and warm it up and try to get the butter melted so that when I put it into the crock pot, it's already going to be heated up. You could just pour it into the crock pot, but you might want to wait until the butter melts and the water becomes hot, and that can take like an hour and a half. And most of us don't want to spend an hour and a half just heating water in the crock pot. So I'm going to go ahead and heat it in the microwave. Then I have a little minced onion. I have some dried chives I did in my dehydrator. I'm going to sprinkle those in along with some craisins, which are dried cranberries. These also are great to keep in your prepper pantry. If you have some dried apples, that goes well too. I don't have that today, so apples are not going to be a part of this recipe, but they very could be in yours. Whatever are your favorite stuffing ingredients and add-ins, stir-ins, and toppings, add those in as well. So let's get started. First I'm going to heat up the water, melt the butter, spray the crock pot. Now I'm going to pour in the can of meat. Pour in the water with the butter. Now I want to sprinkle it with the onions and the chives. Pour the contents of the stuffing package over that and sprinkle the top with the cranberries. Put on the lid and let it go. You can cook it on high in about 2 hours, and if you want to cook it on low, I think it probably takes 4. Don't lift the lid. You don't want to let any of the steam escape, which is going to be absorbed into your stuffing mix. Then when you're ready to serve, pull off the lid. Look how delicious that looks. Yum, isn't it great? Poke the stuffing with a fork and make sure it's all softened and warmed through. You can stir it a little if you want, and we're ready to scoop it out and serve it for a nice, hot, delicious, and so easy meal right out of the prepper pantry. And just like that, dinner's ready. You don't have to do anything when you're using your crock pot. Make sure you're stocking up on canned foods, packaged foods, and filling your prepper pantry. And then use those foods, rotate them, make meals, and then replace them. Find foods that you enjoy eating and serve them to your family occasionally so that you can continue to make meals no matter what the day brings. You'll already know what to do with the foods in your prepper pantry. And the greatest thing ever about the crock pot is you can just set it and forget it. It lets you have the time to do other things while the crock pot does all the cooking for you. That's one of the reasons it's one of my favorite appliances of all time. So this is so good. Please do try it. You could make mashed potatoes, green beans, and have a whole Thanksgiving type meal ready to go. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.